You ever think about all the positive things you might have missed out on just because you took a negative approach to something before it even started? Well, that happened to me recently, so I got a story for you. This story takes place on Christmas Eve day. Two things that I don't like, guys: shopping and crowds. You put those two together during the holidays, and that's my idea of hell. So when my wife looked at me right in the eyes and said, "Hey, honey, you mind running into town and grabbing a few things for me?" To say I was aggravated is an understatement, but I didn't let her know that. Being the trophy husband that I am, I kissed her on the cheek, hopped in my Chevy Silverado, went into town to do her bidding. First stop was Walmart, and from the look of the parking lot, I was spot on with my idea of hell. I was prepared for the worst. As I'm walking into Walmart, I could see this couple staring at me the whole time, and I knew they wanted to say something, and finally the husband looks at me and goes, "Hey, aren't you Mr. Wolf, the welding instructor?" Which I gave them the old blue-collar response: "It depends on who wants to know, right?" Sure, they felt obligated to laugh at that terrible joke. As I'm shaking this man's hand, he looks at me and he goes, "Mr. Wolf, you don't know my wife and I, but we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our son follows you on social media, and you're the reason why he pursued his passion and skilled trades and took a career tech program that he's very, very proud of. And we thank you for that." That completely set a new tone for my entire day. Positive experience number one. Went in, got what I needed from Walmart, had a better attitude when I left, had to go to Kroger for my next two errands. As I'm walking into Kroger, I'm on the phone with my wife. And this old man standing at the end of his truck looked at me and goes, "Hey, you got the time?" Told my wife, I said, "Hold on just a second." I looked down at my phone, I said, "It's 12:15, sir." He said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "What do you think of this weather?" I said, "Buddy, I love this weather. It was unseasonably warm here in Ohio on Christmas Eve day, 60 degrees or something like that." And he said, "I'm 97 years old, and I don't like the cold anymore." He said, "I'm a retired lineman. Used to climb them poles all day, every day. Negative 10 degrees, it didn't matter." He said, "97, I don't like the cold anymore." I said, "Buddy, after 40 plus years as a lineman and 97 years on this planet, you deserve warmth." This old man continued to tell me stories about his service in World War II, experiences in Germany, experiences about his career as a lineman. I mean, I could have sat and talked to this man forever. That was positive experience number two. Frank, thank you for taking the time to share your story with me. So I get the stuff that I need in Kroger, and the last thing on the list was a coffee from Starbucks. So as I go up to the counter, I show the lady the text that my wife sent me because I have no idea what this stuff means. She looks at me and says, "Oh, that makes perfect sense." Started to make the thing. I went to pay for it. My card chip reader didn't work. I didn't have any other way to pay for this coffee, and I was embarrassed. So as I'm trying to figure out how to pay for this thing, the lady behind the counter looks at me and goes, "Hey, sir, don't worry about it. It's on me. Merry Christmas." Lady at Starbucks, thank you very much for positive experience number three. I had a negative attitude going into this, and I was expecting the worst out of everybody. Instead, I got the best out of everybody I ran into. I don't know why all that stuff happened, but I'm thankful for it. Hey, thanks for listening in, and as always, let's make it a great day.